What did we just watch, man? Wow. What a first game of the season, man. I wish it was, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was hoping we would get this win, but man, they've been improving over the years, and I just wasn't so high on our roster this year. Not as in like our starters, but I just don't think we have a lot of depth. And if we get some injuries, I'm not sure if it'll work out for us this year. But man, the first Commanders regular season game ever, we win. Good news. Next week we have the Lions. Another game, in my opinion, we should win. But what a game. And I'm really upset that I didn't go to this game because I was really planning on going to the game, but there was 90% chance of rain, and it rained all last night. I don't live too far away from the field, and it was raining all last night. When I woke up, it was still raining. I cannot believe they kept the field how it looked on TV and like playable. It's actually kind of mind-blowing to me because our field is normally trash. I thought even when I woke up today, I thought maybe we're not going to play. But I cannot believe that. So let's talk about the game. I have so many notes, but I don't know if I'm going to even be able to get to the notes. I'm just going to go off the stuff off the top of my head. The number one thing I was thinking to myself, and I said it on my channel earlier, the first half of the game, I was very impressed with Carson Wentz. I was not expecting our team to look that way, or at least our offense. But the second half of the game, that's what I was expecting. Then we kind of came down to earth and like what I was expecting. So yeah, there's that. Carson Wentz ended up having two interceptions. One was very ugly. But on the day, I think he played pretty damn well. 4 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He was 27 of 41 for 313 yards. When we kind of had to have it, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Did he make it harder for us at times? Did he make it harder for it on himself at times? Yes. He threw some very inaccurate passes at times that I wasn't happy about. But overall, Carson Wentz got the job done. Was very worried that we weren't getting enough targets to Scary Terry. Finally, like I said, when we needed to have it, we got the ball to him. And Jahan Dotson, excuse me. I'm always critical of people like Jamin Davis and how we've been drafting. And Jahan Dotson was another person that I was criticizing to pick. But I can't say anything about the kid. I mean, he pretty much saved the game there with that touchdown pass. I mean, so yeah, as of right now, I mean, it's only been one game, but yeah, I mean, hey, he's out there, he's doing his thing, man. Curtis Samuel was all over the place today, had a fumble, but that's when I wrote in my notes, why are we running Curtis Samuel up the middle like he's a running back? But we ended up doing it again later in the game, and he got like a 10-yard gain. Just a wild game. The first half of the game, I kept saying we're passing. We just came out pass happy. Like Scott Turner, he was calling good pass plays, but it was just all passes. It just shows how much we don't trust Antonio Gibson to run the ball. Even in certain crucial like runs that we needed for like 3rd down and 1 or something, we had J.D. McKissic come in to do that. But overall, Antonio Gibson had a pretty decent day receiving. So, just you have to be happy with the end result of the game. Almost everybody got their hand in there. Everybody did their part. The defense was, and I'm still kind of worried about the defense, man. Early in the game, Trevor Lawrence, he was just super inaccurate at times, and just had the Jaguars receivers had so many drops. This game could have easily went to the Jaguars. We had 3 turnovers. But even if it wasn't for those 3 turnovers, if the Jaguars just caught some passes and Trevor Lawrence didn't like overthrow a few people, like, dude, they could have scored more points. And that's even without the 3 turnovers. Like, they could have still been in this game. So yet again, like I said, super happy we won. First ever Commanders regular season game is a W. First home game, a W. Happy. But there's things we definitely have to improve on. Carson Wentz, like I said, inaccurate at times, decision making at times, But overall, I think he had a good game. We just have to hope he gets better during the season. I think the team really gelled. And Derek Forrest, I mean, Derek Forrest is going to be, everyone's going to be talking about him, right? Everyone, at least I can't speak for you, but for me, I was very happy with what he did. He had the one penalty or whatever. I wasn't worried about that. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was now. It's in my notes. But I at the time, I was like, I don't see it or something like that. But he played his tail off. And he got to step up for Cam Curl being out of the game. And man, did he make the most of it. Started off with the hit, the big hit, and then ends the game with the interception. With some, like I said, everybody got in there. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen had a sack. Jonathan Allen went out of the game there at the end. Got to see what's up with that injury. Mathis had an injury. So we didn't come out unscathed. We got to really see like what these injuries are. I think Ron Rivera was kind of worried about the Jonathan Allen injury there at the end. So we got to see what's up with that. But overall, I was very worried. In the first half of the game, I was like, if we keep scoring points like this, if we keep doing what we're doing on offense, yeah, I don't see this going any way but our way. But then, sure enough, we didn't run the ball enough. And then at halftime, the Jaguars, they started just playing the pass. And then that's why when we came out in the second half, they made the adjustments to play the pass, and we stalled, and Carson Wentz started throwing picks. We need to be more balanced on offense, even if I understand, like, I wrote in my notes that we're a slippery offense. Like, we have so many receivers that can get the ball and just find a couple more yards and get down. And that's really going to help us over the season. And I think that's what they're aiming for when they got Curtis Samuel and then also now Jahan Dotson. They want guys who can just catch the ball and try to get a few more yards and just continue to just chug away with the pass game. And even Antonio Gibson had some great catches. Everyone was in there on offense. Even Logan Thomas had a crucial third down catch there at the end. But still worried about the lack of targets for Terry. He did have obviously the touchdown pass, the crucial, huge touchdown pass. And even in my notes right before that happened, I was like, Carson Wentz has been okay, but didn't we bring him here because he has a good arm down the field? Why haven't we taken a few shots? I think the only shot we took before that was on a free play when Carson Wentz caught them multiple times, by the way, offsides, the defense offsides, and he had the free play, so he threw the ball. That's one of the only times I remember him throwing the ball down the field, really. So that's why near the end of the game, right before that Terry touchdown, I was like, why aren't we taking shots? I understand, like, some of our receivers, we're just running all these crosses and they're getting extra yards and we're moving the ball. But now we're down and, like, we need to take some more deep shots. But sure enough, right after that, we got that touchdown to Terry. What a game, man. Nail biter. Hats off to the Jaguars, dude. I honestly didn't if you look, like, a lot of the analysts, they were picking the Jaguars to win, and the Jaguars are definitely an improved team, but man, this is we are starting our season off with the Jaguars and the Lions. We have to clean these teams up. We have to be better than these teams. If we're not, I made the poll on my channel like a week ago. If we lose the opener at home to the Jaguars, are you guys like, how did I word it? Are you guys worried about the season? Is the season over? And like 70% of the people said yes. And we weren't that far away from losing this game, man. We really weren't. So that's what I'm saying. Hats off to the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence had one touchdown, one interception, 75 rating. Carson Wentz had a 101 rating. Antonio Gibson actually had 14 carries for 58 yards. Antonio Gibson was also our top receiver for 7 catches, 72 yards. And McLaurin, oh, hold on. Why is this not in the... I guess, it's going by yards, not by receptions. Okay, I see. What's up? All right, yeah, that's... I think normally... I guess it... Yeah, so Antonio Gibson, McLaurin obviously had the deep shot, but Curtis Samuel, 8 catches, 55 yards. Curtis Samuel was all over the field. But like I said, a lot of us are going to be talking about the second-year man, I think they said, Derek Forrest. Yeah, I mean, that guy played well. Let me go to the notes. Let me just skim through these and see what I got. I don't want to keep you guys here too long. It's already been about 10 minutes. we had some bad penalties at bad times, and at times we couldn't stop the run, like they were just running up the middle. But let's see here. Sam Howell wasn't dressed, so that means obviously we know who the backup is. Jonathan Allen with a sack. Curtis Samuel was popping off, great spin move. Jahan Dotson with his first touchdown. It was a fake run pass to him. Awesome to see. Then also had the game-winning touchdown. So like I said, when I'm hard on people like Jamin Davis, who I think was still also a little up and down in this game, he was you could see him flying around, but then there's times where he's missing some tackles and assignments and stuff. So I'm hard on people like that, but Jahan Dotson, sure, like, you know, he's not just out there getting the ball every single play, but he's doing something with the ball, and he made an impact in the game. So yeah, I'm completely happy so far with the pick of Jahan Dotson. We were blitzing Lawrence a lot, and if he was better, he would be making our defense pay. Other quarterbacks are going to make us pay if we do this. And yeah, Kendall Fuller had a kind of a bad game in my opinion. Excuse me. Just because of how many penalties he had. Let me see if there's so big play down the field to Kirk, about 50-yard pass. Man, our defense was giving up some plays, and that's what I'm really worried about. I'm sure some of you guys are worried about that too. Our defense is just inconsistent. I was very shocked that the way that they moved the ball down the field on the first drive, they only got 3 out of that. I was sitting here like, here we go again, man. Here's this defense again, and I'm still not, even though we won the game today, still worried. I'm more worried about the defense than the offense, but I feel like that's how we all felt coming into the season. Also, you know, I was really. This is a good sight to see that we won today, because if we lost all 3 preseason games and then also lost the opener or whatever, that's 4. The other ones aren't real games, but it's just like we're making a habit of losing. The game that counted, the game that we needed, we won. So it just goes to show that, sure, maybe some of us, at least I was, putting a little bit too much stake into the preseason, our losses in the preseason, just because we didn't look prepared. And even in this game, with 3 turnovers, sometimes, especially the defense, didn't look prepared at times. I mean, a little bit worrisome. But I think the Eagles beat. Yeah, wow. Okay, so that game was much closer. The Jaguars, sorry, the Eagles beat the Lions 38-35. Wow, that was much closer than I thought it was going to be. It looked like the Eagles were running away with the game. So we got to play Jared Goff next week. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Didn't look like he had a good game. We need to make this 2 in a row, because after that, our season doesn't get much easier. So we need to do what we need to do. We need to clean up the penalties. We need to clean up the turnovers. If we do that, if we didn't have the 3 turnovers in this game, I mean, we're almost running away with the game. But what was the knock on Taylor Heinicke and the offense last year? Too many turnovers. 2 turnovers here in the first game from Wentz. 1 from Curtis Samuel fumbling the ball. We can't do that versus these other teams that we're going to see later in the season. I have a ton of notes, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that. You know, this is already a 14-minute long video, so let me know how you guys think the game went. What are you worried about? Are you worried about the defense like I am? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.